No. Come on, where is it?
Dave, it's your Idaho Central app here. Any chance you're missing a debit card? Let's get that taken care of for you. With ICCU's card control, you can turn any card off with the tap of your finger.
You got it.
And back on again. Out, 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 out. The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket.
Ooh, the gym. Old stomping grounds. Hank Patterson, Fly Fishing Guide.
Riley Smith, tight end.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Hey, you wouldn't happen to be the kicker?
No, tight end.
Again, thank you. I'm looking for a kicker for Lithia Ford's fall kickoff sale. But you're not the kicker.
No.
Yeah. Nah, the kicker's probably taller and in a lot better shape. So, okay. What position do you play?
Tight end.
Squats. Yeah. Try it sometime.
RowPaint.com, the official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics, is going all in this season with an all-star lineup. First up, he led the Broncos to 3 conference championships and 10 20-win seasons. It's Coach Leon Rice. Next, he's the founder and CEO of RowPaint.com. He played a little basketball in high school on the driveway with his mom. It's Andy Rowe.
Oh, no. Want to just paint my house?
Now that I can do. When I want Boise State to win, I trust Coach Rice to lead the Broncos to victory.
And when I want the best painting and garage floor coating, I trust RowPaint.com to get that job done right.
It's time for the Lithia Ford of Boise post-game show from Bronco Nation News. We're breaking down the game with highlights, interviews, analysis, and most importantly, you. Give your thoughts on the game in the YouTube chat or Facebook comments, and we'll include the best ones on the show. Check out LithiaFordBoise.com to view their full inventory of vehicles, or check them out at 8853 West Fairview in Boise. Today's broadcast is coming from the Cutwater Spirits Canned Cocktail Studios. Check out one of their more than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails at your local gas station or grocery store. Now let's head out and join BJ Rains for the Lithia Ford of Boise post-game show from Bronco Nation News.
One of the several highlights today for Boise State, but how about Kobe Young gets a chance to get some extended playing time and comes in there at the end and has the putback dunk. One of the many highlights for Boise State today, 94-56 win. My name is BJ Rains, and this is the Lithia Ford of Boise post-game show. We appreciate you for checking us out here at Bronco Nation News. Hopefully you're subscribing to our YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter channels, and subscribing to the website as well. That BNN50 deal promo code gets you a full year at BroncoNationNews.com for $50 and gets you into all of our contests and things, including our grand prize giveaway, that trip for 2 on the private jet to San Diego for the final game of the season. And tell you what, there might be a lot on the line in that final game of the season. Get your comments, your thoughts in the ICCU YouTube chat. We'll get to our Matt Bauscher Real Estate Player of the Game as well. But we want to hear from you guys. I'll tell you what, these last 2 games, maybe the best Boise State has played all season long. When you think about the place, going down to the pit, winning down there, coming back here and winning by 38 points. And the way they did it, 1.6 points per possession is the highest by any conference team in 6 years, I believe it is, according to Bart Torvik, and that's in a conference game of any team in the country. So the goal, folks, is 1 point of possession over the course of a game. 1.1 is good. 1.2 is really, really good. 1.6 is unheard of. I've got to imagine that's a program record. We'll find out here in the short term. But my name is BJ Rains, and we got Jaden Finch working behind the scenes as well here for Bronco Nation News. Again, we're in the Cutwater Studios. More than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails. Pick one up at your local gas station or a grocery store. I'm sure you guys are having plenty this evening. A lot to celebrate, a lot to be excited about if you're a Boise State fan. Again, just super, super impressive. And again, thankful to our title sponsor, rowpaint.com. All your painting needs, check them out. There'd be no Bronco Nation News without rowpaint.com. So return the favor to them, and we would sincerely appreciate that. But again, a lot to get to, and I haven't even mentioned, and we're 3 minutes into the show, Tyson Degenhart going for a career high 29 points for Tyson Degenhart. He was 11 of 12 from the field, only missed one shot today. He was tremendous, had 20 points in the first half. Boise State was up, and it was down, then up, and then kind of poured it on in the second half. But he stayed in long enough to get his career high of 29. Also had 6 rebounds as well. So just a incredible game from Tyson Degenhart. He was 1 for 8 against New Mexico and bounces back with the game of his career. And I'll tell you what, Max Rice did it again, 12 points. They didn't really need him to score a lot today, but he was 4 of 7 from three-point range. That's exciting to see him build on that. That's 11 made threes in the last 2 games for Max Rice. You had Chibuzo Abo. He was 4 of 6 in this one. That was super impressive to see as well. So, Roddy Anderson hit 3 threes. Tyson, when they got, let me know if I'm wrong, guys, but they look tough to beat right now. They are rolling and they're playing well, and I don't think you could be feeling any better going down to Colorado State on Tuesday with how they're playing right now, how they're playing on the road. All the different guys are starting to click, and when Tyson's playing like that, and you have Max and Buzo hitting threes, and Stanley doing what he's doing, and Cam Martin now coming off the bench, and what we saw from Kobe Young, this team is on a roll right now. Really, really impressive from Boise State. And so super, super impressive. And I thought Cam Martin was big on the glass. He had 6 rebounds, but I'm guessing at least 5 of those, maybe all 6 were in the second half. And he had 7 assists. Cam Martin, for a guy that did he even score? Let's see here. Cam Martin, total points, 4 points. 4 points for Cam Martin, but 7 assists, 6 rebounds. That was just an awesome performance in 16 minutes for Cam Martin. But give Leon Rice credit and give Kobe Young credit and Jace Whiting credit. Boise State was losing earlier in the game, and Air Force just couldn't miss a shot early in the game, and they were like 6 of 9 from 3. They started out really nice, and they were leading 27-25 with 6:54 to go when they hit a shot, a 3-pointer from Taylor, and they were up 27-25 with 6:54 to go, and Air Force did not score again the rest of the half. Air Force went 6:54 to end the first half without a point. Boise State ended the half on a 16-0 run, and Degenhart had a couple of buckets in there, but Kobe Young was on the floor for much of that. Kobe Young and Jace Whiting, and they had a great finish to the half, 16-0 run, as I said, and something you very rarely see. But Leon Rice left the same 5 out there to start the second half. He put Roddy Anderson and, more surprisingly, Chibuzo Abo on the bench to start the second half, and it paid off. They continued to extend the lead early in the second half, and I think that really showed, if you're a Boise State player, like, hey, if you deserve to play and play well, like, you're going to keep playing. And so that was super impressive from Kobe Young, and he, as I said, give Leon Rice credit for keeping him in the game there and putting Buzo on the bench there to start the second half. It was just I thought it was super impressive and super honorable is not the right word, but I thought it was a nice move by Leon Rice to do that. Let him. You don't see that. It's a nice first half, but it's like, oh, you're going to keep Kobe Young in to start the second half. Like, not many people probably saw that coming, but that was super impressive tonight. Somebody wanted to know about Kobe Young's plus minus. It was plus 20. Plus 20 tonight, the best on the team, believe it or not, plus 39 by Max Rice. Now, he did play 33 minutes, but plus 39 for Max Rice. They outscored Air Force by 39 with Max Rice on the floor. Tyson Degenhart was a plus 35. And again, pretty cool that Tyson Degenhart's family was able to be here for this game as well. So, super impressive game for Boise State, and the Broncos able to win this one. Again, the score 94-56. They made a jump of 9 spots in the Ken Pom rankings. They were up to number 45. They went into the New Mexico game ranked at number 61, I believe it was, or 62, somewhere in that range, and they've picked up nearly 20 spots in 2 games, going from the 60s to now 45. I mean, I hate to say it because they had a week where they beat Colorado State and Nevada in a 3-day span, but last week might have been this week that we just finished here might end up being the biggest week of the season for Boise State. To have your computer metrics, I mean, the net ranking's probably going to rise another 8, 9, 10 spots, and to improve your computer metrics by 20 spots in 2 games, to win at the pit and have that on your resume now for the tournament, to be back in first place. At the turn here at the halfway point of the conference season, to be 7-2. I think that certainly if they go win the next 2 games next week, we'll say that would be it. But to this point, I think you can make a strong case. This was the biggest week of the season for Boise State's NCAA tournament chances and their seed line to be able to have a chance to do what they want to do and get the seed that they want to do. So I think that the win down at the pit is going to be a feather in their cap type game for their resume, and then to have the computer metrics in both these games takes such a huge jump. I told Jay Tuss, a week or two ago on BNN in the morning, like, hey, it's go time. Like, they've got to start improving some of these metrics. They've got to start having some nice wins. Like, you don't get at-large bids to the NCAA tournament when your net ranking is in the 60s or the 50s. Like, you need to be in the 30s or 40s to be feeling good about this. And for Boise State to do what they did, get 2 wins, and again, have the metrics improve like 20 spots, I think was just massive for Boise State. Is Max coming on tonight? No. The 2 players in the media room were Chibuzo Abo and Tyson Degenhart. Those were the 2 leading scorers for Boise State. So those are the 2 guys that we'll be talking to. David Moats watching the postgame show. We appreciate you, David. Nice win. Congratulations there. David Moats is pumped up. He says, let's go Bronco Nation. Let's see here. What else we got? Such a fun game, Linda says. Let's see. Kobe played huge minutes and sparked the big run. I thought Kobe was huge. Again, and kudos to the coaching staff for, Leon said he saw something, and we're going to hear from Leon. We're going to hear from Chibuzo Abo and Tyson Degenhart here shortly. But he said he saw something. The coaching staff saw something in practice with Kobe Young, and they knew they were going to try to find a spot to get him in there. And he certainly took advantage of it and deserved it. Huge minutes for Kobe Young. Everybody's loving that. And as Bill points out, yes, Utah State falls to San Diego State. And that means Boise State back in a tie for first place in the conference. If the conference tournament started today, Boise State would be the 2 seed since they have lost the head-to-head with Utah State. But obviously they're going to get another shot at Utah State. And frankly, that could be for the title. I mean, if you lose to Utah State again, then Utah State will have the head-to-head tiebreaker and be a game up on you. So you'd be 2 games behind them with 6 to go. So I think that if Boise State wants to win the conference, it's going to really probably come down to them having to find a way to beat Utah State in Logan next Saturday. They go to Colorado State on Tuesday, so a huge, very tough week coming up for Boise State on the road. Then they get the bye week, and then the schedule lightens up a little bit. So these 2 games are massive to just keep pushing. Try to get at least one of these 2 should be the goal, and if you can do that, I think you're going to be in pretty good shape going into the final stretch run after the game. Mike says no let up. What trap game? Yeah, I mean this certainly looked like it could have been a trap game, and even Chibuzo Abo said as much after the game. It was a trap game, and they didn't let it play out that way. You get the big win at New Mexico, and then next week you have what we just talked about, 2 of your bigger road games of the season, and to be able to come out, and then it didn't start well either. You give up all those threes, and Air Force couldn't miss, and you were expecting them to start missing them at some point. But I mean, they were hitting threes and had the lead, and the crowd was a little restless, and it wasn't great. But Boise State turns it on, avoids the trap game, business-like approach. Everybody got involved, everybody had fun, and I think probably you got to say, I mean, I know Air Force isn't exactly great, but overall I thought that was maybe the best game Boise State's played all season on both ends of the floor. To win by 38, only give up 56, and to score 94, super impressive. And I all these games have been close, and you got to take a little bit into the opponent into it. Air Force isn't great, but they took Colorado State to overtime. They somehow beat UNLV by 32. That may go down as one of the weirdest scores in recent Mountain West history for that UNLV team to lose by 32 at home to this Air Force team. I mean, that's 70-point difference when you think Boise State won by 38, then they lost by 32. They won by 32 down there. I mean, in terms of, that's just crazy to think about a 70-point swing. Says that was fun. Yeah, I think it was a lot of fun for folks. BSU showing up. Let's see what else we got here. Easiest conference game to watch so far. I was able to relax and smile after the first 10 minutes. Wasn't stressed out screaming at the TV. Yeah, it'd be nice if they were all like that, wouldn't it? That would certainly be nice and easy. A lot of love for Kobe Young coming in the chat, talking about the defense here as well from Tyree. So let's see what else we got. Sam Winter did not get in the game. That was the one thing I would have liked to have seen. But as Leon said, it just didn't. Those other guys deserve the minutes, and he just couldn't quite get him in. Chris Lockett is redshirting. That's why he did not play. But I said on the pregame show, if it'd be nice if you could make this a Kobe Young game, be nice if you could make this a Sam Winter game. And they made it the Kobe Young game, almost got Sam Winter into the game. But I really think if you're a Boise State fan, you left there, and if you're sipping on your Cutwater right now, you could not be feeling any better about where this team is at right now. Derek says great W and great atmosphere. And yeah, let's give the crowd some pub here. 12,004, the announced attendance, 12,004. That is a record crowd against Air Force. They called it a sellout, even though the capacity is like a little higher than that. But it was another sellout, and the third time this season Boise State has been above 12,000. That's got to be some sort of record or something that doesn't happen very often with three crowds of 12,000. And let's be honest, an Air Force game, I would have, in recent years, this might have had 8,000-9,000, maybe 7,000-8,000. And most of these tickets were already sold, but after that New Mexico game, people were fired up and bought the rest of the tickets. And to have 12,000 for an Air Force game, it just shows you. And we'll see against Fresno State after the bye week, what things look like. That's a 5:30 game. We'll see what the attendance is for that one. But Chase Love says he had 94-58 on the pregame. We'll have to go back and check that out. But if you were within 2 points of that, Chase, we'll have a gift card that we'll have to throw your way to Taco Bell. And again, shout out Taco Bell, SON Management. The Nicolason family saw them today. It was a fun day. Saw a lot of our sponsors, a lot of our friends, had a chance to chat with a lot of folks. It was just a fun day here at ExtraMile Arena. But again, 12,000 in attendance, and they all left happy after Boise State wins this one at 94-56. Let's hear from Tyson Degenhart and Chibuzo Abo after the break. Quick 90-second break to thank a few of our sponsors. Go grab another Cutwater, and we'll be back in 90 seconds with Chibuzo Abo and Tyson Degenhart. Again, this is the Lithia Florida Boise postgame show from the Cutwater Studios here at ExtraMile Arena. We're presented by rowpaint.com. All your painting needs, residential, commercial, industrial, concrete coatings, you name it, rowpaint.com can take care of you, and we appreciate their support of Bronco Nation News. We're back with Tyson Degenhart and Chibuzo Abo in 90 seconds after Boise State's 94-56 win. Stay with us here on Bronco Nation News. All Bronco Nation News broadcasts come from the Cutwater Spirits Canned Cocktail Studios. Check out one of their more than 30 flavors of premix premium cocktails at your local gas station or grocery store. Cutwater Spirits, perfect for your next game day tailgate party. Our title sponsor is rowpaint.com. For all your commercial, industrial, residential painting needs, check out rowpaint.com. Don't forget about their concrete coatings. Transform that ugly concrete slab on your back patio in your garage in just one day. Contact rowpaint.com for a free estimate today. The official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics, and our title sponsor at Bronco Nation News is rowpaint.com. Idaho Central Credit Union's been helping members achieve financial success for more than 80 years. There's an ICCU branch on almost every corner, but the closest is in your pocket with free eBranch mobile and online banking. See why more than 500,000 members love ICCU and join 1 in 4 Idahoans by making the switch today at ICCU.com. Since 1984, Ridley's Family Markets has prided itself on being a hometown food and drug store that employed value members of the local community. Ridley's Family Markets has 13 locations in the state of Idaho and many more in the surrounding states. Download the new Ridley's app to your smartphone, get savings up to 40% off at the checkout line, and find a location near you at shopridleys.com. Former Bronco Matt Bauscher is once again the number 1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley. No home is too big or too small for Matt and his team. Let them fulfill all your real estate needs at BauscherRealEstate.com. Back here live on the Lithia Florida Boise postgame show from the Cutwater Studios. Boise State wins this one by a final score of 94-56. We got some highlights here from our main. There's a lot of highlights to show. We cut it down to a little minute quicker. But Tyson Degenhart we couldn't guard him down on the post. Left hand, right hand, didn't matter. He was super impressive tonight. Tyson Degenhart really was doing it from the inside. And then again, the pump fake, doing it from the outside as well. There's a three-pointer. I think they gave him 25 points at that point. He was, that was first half, I guess. He had another three right in front of the bench to put him at 25. Chase Whiting was with the miss. Belmar Stanley right before halftime puts it in. That finished the 16-0 run for Boise State to finish the first half. Nice stick pass. Max Rice right in front of the bench says, sure, I'll take it again. Again, Max Rice was 4 of 7 from downtown in this one. There's Rice again connecting from 3. It's 4 of 8 overall, 4 of 7 from 3, 33 minutes. And then Andrew Meadow took advantage of some extended playing time as well. You missed that one, but there's Kobe Young with the flush. Again, good for Kobe Young to get some playing time there and be able to do some things. There's an extended version of the highlights that we're going to get put on the YouTube channel. So Bronco Nation News, make sure you are subscribing to the YouTube channel, and you'll have post-game interviews, and you'll have the full 3-4 minute highlight package as well. I mentioned Kobe Young having a good game. Chibuzo Abo had a nice game as well, and so did Tyson Degenhart. Let's hear from both of them. This is post-game interviews, Tyson Degenhart and Chibuzo Abo after Boise State's 94-56 win here on Bronco Nation News.
After a number of close Mountain West games, just how good does it feel to get one of this, dominated fashion?
It felt great. After a couple big wins we've had in conference play, we've had kind of a letdown game in a way, and it was great just to, do what we do. Get stops and then go in transition and score. So we played a really good game tonight.
Mm-hmm. You had 20 points in the first half, bench with a career high 29. Just seemed like things were clicking for you tonight. What was going on for you? What was working so well for you tonight?
I give credit to my teammates. They were finding me, and then we just moved the ball really, really well tonight. I think you saw really good spurts of that in the second half, and just happy to get the win tonight.
Tyson, what about this team do you think is better than the past 2 teams you played on? What does this team have, maybe?
We have so much potential that we haven't even tapped into. We really haven't felt like we played our best game yet, and I still think we're practicing hard and keep getting better, and this team's just going to continue to improve all the way up until the end of the year.
What's the most points you've ever scored in any game?
High school is 36.
Buzo, as you kind of said, this could have been seen as a trap game, with what you just did, what you got next week. What was it like? How'd you stay focused and have maybe your best game of the season?
Yeah, 100%. It was a trap game. And I think just the way we prepared, the coaching staff had us ready to go. They took it hard on us yesterday, so that today was easy. I think we're just really locked in.
Offensively, you guys were 1.6, I think, points per possession. I know you were making shots, but what was clicking offensively?
Yeah, it helps when you have Daggy down there. He had another monster performance. So when he's getting hot like that, you just throw the ball in there, and he's probably going to score. So that really helped our points per possession.
You look at, you guys hit 15 threes as a team. You, Tyson, Max, Roddy all had multiple threes. When they're going down like that, how much fun is it?
Oh, it was a lot of fun. It felt like we were just sharing the ball and we were just having a really good time out there. Cam had 7 assists. He was passing that rock like that, so it was a lot of fun to play.
I feel like these last few days, all we've heard about is back cuts and Air Force's offense.
Yep.
I don't know if they had a back cut all game on you guys.
Mm-hmm.
How proud of you? I know you scored 94, but how proud are you of the defensive effort?
Yeah, again, I think that's the coaching staff. They had us ready to go. During practice, got back cut a lot of times yesterday, so just ready for it.
I want to give a big shout out to Kobe Young. He came in, it was 27-27. He came in the game. We ended the half on a 15-0 run because of him, and just want to give a big shout to him. He changed the game for us.
What did you think of that, Buzo? Coach stuck with the same group at the end of the half there, and probably first time in a while you were sitting on the bench to come off the second half, but obviously you rewarded some of those guys and it paid off.
Yeah, they were playing hard. Kobe was getting to a bucket. He was getting stops, and it was working. So just want to win. That's what was making us win.
These last 2 games, you guys with the balance and multiple guys, and are you guys? Is this going to be if you play like this? Are you guys going to be tough to beat?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think we have 6 or 7 guys that could lead us in scoring any given night, and Max's was Wednesday, mine was today. Who knows who's going to be on Tuesday? So that's why we played the game. We're going to find the open man and get them shots.
Does February feel any different? This is like the final part of the the regular season run. Does it feel any different for you guys when you get to this point in the season?
For me, it's a little bit tiring, but it just shows you got to be really locked in right now. This is the most important part of our season right here. Can't drop any games, and we got to go get a couple more. So just taking that second and realizing where you are and realizing this is a very important part of our season right now.
What makes the difference this time of year? Is it rehab? What makes the difference this time of year?
I think for us, just coming into practice with a mindset to get better. Coaches know how much of a toll it puts on your body playing in the Mountain West, and they really push us each day to maximize how much time we have on the court and make sure we get our reps in. And if we get it right, we move on, and if we don't, we just keep working at it. that's a testament to the coaching staff for knowing what to do when February and March roll around.
You guys mentioned the defense. I mean, they did start like 6 of 9 from 3, and I think there were 7 of 11 from the field or something. Was that just them hitting some shots? Were you guys not closing out enough? And what did kind of change?
I think they hit some shots, but at the same time, we had to contest a little bit harder. Obviously, they made a little bit of contested shots, but I think part of it was just we got to get there, just get a hand up.
Tyson, you alluded to the end of the first half a little while ago. Just what started clicking there for you guys? I mean, they had the lead with 7 minutes to go, and it looked like it was another close game, but you really kind of pulled away from there.
We just started to finally get string together some stops. We couldn't, in that first 13 minutes, we could not string together more than 2 stops in a row. And we finally started to string some together, and we got out in transition and got some easy buckets, and that was really the difference in the game.
Yeah, that's right. When Kobe got in, he got a bunch of stops for us, so that was big time.
I don't know if you guys have had a chance to do any scoreboard watching today, but Utah State lost, so now you guys are back tied there and first in the league. What's that mean for you guys?
We put ourselves in a great position. I know we dropped the 2 games at home, but those are learning experiences for us, and we can't change anything about it. And we get a great opportunity on Tuesday, go to a place where I don't think many people are going to win. So great challenge for us. We're excited.
I mean, this is the halfway point, 7-2. I mean, I don't know if you had taken it before conference started or not at this point, but how do you guys just feel about the position you're in, tied for first halfway through league, and just how you guys are playing right now? It seems like you're starting to click on all cylinders.
Yeah, I think a big thing is not getting comfortable right now. Looking at we're at first right now, but just realizing we have so much more to go, and every game matters, and just got to be more locked in.
I don't know if we'll get either of you guys before you guys head out on the road, but what do you think of the week that you guys have coming up, back-to-backs? Two pretty tough places to win.
Be a great challenge for us. We've won, over my time here, we've won in both those buildings, so we know what it takes, and I know their fans are going to be rowdy and loud, and it's going to be a great environment.
The thing about this team is I think we play a lot better when we're challenged like that, and we know we have a challenge up and coming, so I think we'll be ready.
After you win the other night, where you did and all that, I mean, is it kind of now like you know you can win anywhere against anybody?
That's what it feels like. I feel like we're road dogs, Every time before we go on the road, we get a list of things that we got to do that we come up with as a team and as a coaching staff, and we just got to execute that list.
Tyson, you guys have never been ranked as a program in the month of February. Thinking this week, maybe the chips fall. Does that mean anything to you guys if you rank the 8 people?
No, we got more that we want to accomplish than just being ranked. I mean, there's been plenty of teams that have been ranked and just, fallen out and haven't gotten back. So I think with being ranked, there comes a little extra, target on your back because you're ranked, and it doesn't really mean much to us. We're working towards a championship, and we just got to take it one game at a time.
Both of you have been around this program for a while now. Tyson, I know a little longer, but this coming week, like you alluded to, just how is this kind of one of the biggest stretch of 2 games you guys have faced in a single week since you've been here?
Shoot, probably one of the bigger ones. I know my freshman year we played Air Force here on a Tuesday, at Utah State, and then on Thursday, and then at San Diego State. So that was probably the most within a 5-day stretch, but I'd probably put that in the top 5 hardest stretches.
Is it almost encouraging, or maybe encouraging to know, despite these last 2 games, how good you guys have been, it doesn't feel like you guys have peaked yet. Is that do you feel that same way, or is that encouraging?
I think so, definitely. I think we definitely haven't peaked yet. We still have a lot of areas we can get better, and I think that's the beauty of this team, is that we know that, and we're going to keep striving for that every practice.
Those final couple minutes, Andrew Meadow hits a big 3. Kobe Young had the putback dunk. How special is it to see those guys, make the most of their opportunities?
I think it's great. They put in so much work, and they come to practice with the mindset to continue to get better. And whenever they're given the opportunity, they take full advantage of it. I think for Kobe tonight, he took huge advantage of what minutes he got and really changed the game for us.
How hungry was he? I mean, he hasn't played in a month. He comes in the first minute, he gets that steal, and just kind of was all over the place for you guys.
I think he was the perfect example of staying ready. He's been getting his shots up, coming to practice every day with a great mentality. That's a really hard thing to do when you haven't played, so kudos to him. That's a really difficult thing to do, and it showed today that he was just ready to go, and he took advantage of his opportunity.
Well, there you go. We have Chibuzo Abo and Tyson Degenhart. We appreciate them for their time today. After Boise State's 94-56 win, I think it's no secret our Matt Bauscher player of the game is going to be Tyson Degenhart. 29 points against 6 rebounds, and he only missed 1 shot from the field. He was 11 of 12. He was 2 of 3 from three-point range and 5 of 6 from the free throw line as well. So Tyson Degenhart, 29 points, and he was a plus 35, which makes sense when you're out there for at least 29 of your own points, and second best plus minus on the team at plus 35. Boise State for the game shoots 60% from the field. They only had 8 turnovers. They hit 15 threes. And again, the points per possession, 1.6, the best in any team in any conference game in the country in the last 6 years. By all metrics, every stat in this book I'm reading right here, it was a super, super impressive performance. One of the best Boise State has had in a long, long time. So super impressive game from Boise State. We're going to hear from Leon Rice in just a minute. I do have a couple more sponsors that we want to thank you for, and I don't have the new recording done, so I'm doing these by hand, and we will roll through them and get to our interview with Leon Rice. But I do want to thank Lithia Ford of Boise, the title sponsor of our post-game show. You see the Rains family there with our F-150. Couldn't be happier with our purchase, and we're already looking to maybe our van is starting to conk out and may need to go purchase another vehicle from Lithia Ford here shortly. So LithiaFordBoise.com, you can view their full inventory of vehicles. And again, they've got 5 NIL deals with Boise State athletes now, including a couple from the football team, Matt Lauder, also Ahmed Hassani and Andrew Simpson, and then Brooke Patterson from the women's golf team, and Paige Barsh from the volleyball team. So they're supporting the local community. They're supporting Boise State. They're supporting Bronco Nation News. Return the favor and make your next purchase of a vehicle at Lithia Ford of Boise. You looking for a new job? How about getting into the trucking industry? Transportation Compliance Service, they can help you every step of the way to get into the trucking industry, and transcomservice.com, again, all the permits and overweight DOT permits, all the things you need to get out there towing that load. They'll help you do it in no time. So check them out online, transcomservice.com, and quick call could get you out there, a new lucrative profession here in the near future. The blueandorangestore.com. Check them out. All your Boise State gear. If you're looking for shirts, jerseys, hats, you name it. They got bumper stickers, car flags, a whole wall of hats, all kinds of stuff. They have all the NIL shirts and still have some football championship gear. So check them out, theblueandorangestore.com. You get free shipping, any order over $40. You can also order it online, have it ready for store pickup, or just go check them out there at the Boise Town Square Mall. We appreciate Travis Hawks and the Blue and Orange Store for their support. Heading home, looking for some dinner, don't feel like cooking tonight, head out to Taco Bell, TacoBellWorks.com, SON Management, the Nicolason family. They are hiring, and the cool thing is they'll give you half your wages the next day after your shift. So if you need some quick cash and a quick job, let them help you out at TacoBellWorks.com, and they have donated hundreds of thousands of dollars to Boise State student scholarships as well. So we appreciate Taco Bell and the SON Management, all the Treasure Valley freestanding Taco Bell stores. Make sure you check them out next time you're needing a meal. So we appreciate all of our great sponsors here at Bronco Nation News. Of course, Idaho Central Credit Union. They're doing a great job helping us as well. And of course, Bronco Brew Coffee. BroncoBrew.coffee. Order it. You'll not be disappointed. My wife ordered some, got it to our door within 24 hours. If you're in the Boise area, they will deliver it to you. Otherwise, they'll ship it in the mail. It's not roasted till you order it. Fresh coffee. And again, it helps Boise State athletics. Every sip, a couple bucks goes to the NIL athlete of your choice when you purchase a bag. So highly recommend BroncoBrew.coffee. And we appreciate their support of Bronco Nation News. I think I've got to all the sponsors that I need to for the time being. Well, we can get to some comments. We're also going to hear from Leon Rice as well as we continue along on the Lithia Ford Boise postgame show. Again, my name is BJ Rains. We are live at ExtraMile Arena. 193 of you watching right now on YouTube, and we appreciate all you guys for checking us out. Again, 94-56. Boise State able to win this one, a 38-point win. It was the biggest conference win for Boise State since a 52-point conference win against San Jose State on December 31st, 2020. And if I recall, that might have been the game at the Ability 360, like YMCA gym, where Boise State blew them out back a couple years ago in a weird game where they played San Jose State there. So see you, Ron. Ron Counts from the Idaho Statesman heading out. Boise State wins this one 94-56. Let's hear from Leon Rice. Actually, let's see if we got a couple more comments on here first. Let's see. Meadow could replace Rice as a three-pointer. Maybe next year. Yeah, I could see that happening. Hard foul on Degenhart. We got some family watching. Patty says, glad Tyson didn't break his nose again. Yeah, that was a pretty hard fall. Let's see. How about Rice making the steal, coming down, hitting the three? That was huge. Yeah, Max played good again tonight. Again, 4 for 7, and that's kind of what you want from Max. On he goes 4 of 7. He has one shot from inside the 3-point line, but 7 of his 8 shots are threes. He has 12 points. He hits 4 of 7, so he's better than 50% from 3. He added some rebounds. Let's see what he had here. 4 rebounds, couple assists, couple steals. Solid game for Max Rice. Another good game for him. That's 2 games in a row where he has played really, really well, and that's 47 points and 11 made threes in the last 2 games. You'll take that all day long from Max Rice. I thought it was a super, super impressive. And again, if Max Rice can be a consistent outside shooter again, that you're looking at this is a whole different team here moving forward for Boise State. Let's hear from Leon Rice, the head coach of your Boise State Broncos. He was in a good mood, as to be expected. 38-point win for the Broncos. Again, Lithia 4 to Boise, a post-game show. We're in the Cutwater Studios. More than 35 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails. You can pick one up at your local gas station or grocery store. Rowpaint.com, all your painting needs. There would be no Bronco Nation News without Rowpaint.com, so please support them. We're taking your comments in the ICCU YouTube chat. There's a branch pretty much on every corner, but the easiest right there on your phone, the Idaho Central app. So highly recommend you making the switch to Idaho Central Credit Union. You will not be disappointed. Love what my relationship with Idaho Central Credit Union. We're very appreciative of them. And we go to the ICCU YouTube chat. Max is shaking off the rust, firing off all cylinders again. Looking forward to watching him get hot. Let's see. Maybe Prater will back off the Rice criticism now. Again, it's easy to say now because he had a couple big games, but all we did was point out some stats, and the stats were what they were. He was struggling. He was literally last in the Mountain West in shooting. I don't think that's some crime to point out. I don't think anybody said he couldn't turn it around. I think on this show we were very, positive, and a lot of you guys were ripping on me and Jay and some others for saying that you got to keep playing him because he's going to start having a big game. So I think that people have been very positive over the big picture when it comes to Max Rice. We knew a game like this was possible, or the game the other night, and knew that he was a solid player. But at some point, you do have to consider something. Obviously they didn't, and obviously he's hitting some shots now, and good for him and good for Boise State. And certainly, again, if he can consistently shoot like this, which a lot of us know that he can, it just took a little while to find it. It's a game changer for this Boise State team. So let's see what else we got here. Nice to have so much help from the bench. Air Force couldn't hit the threes second half. Fatigue might have been a factor for them. Let's see. Next Saturday, he's going off because of the Daddy's Boys chance. Yeah, Logan loves Max Rice. There's a little love and hate relationship there, and certainly they've had some games down there and some things, and they got on some podcasts he did, and we had a lot of comments for him. So I know there's some history there with Utah State and Max Rice, and that could be a fun one next Saturday for sure. Kareem the Dream, shout out to the Idaho Chips Company. Bags were going out like hotcakes out the door. Yeah, some free chips to folks that were leaving the arena. They didn't leave any for the media, though. I don't know what happened there. But that was a nice little giveaway there after the game. So Max Rice, another nice game for him. 12 points, and again, added a couple assists, 4 rebounds, and 4 of 7 from 3 in 39 was his plus minus, and he did that in 33 minutes on the court. So Max Rice, Chad says maybe need to get a little mad to flip the switch, and certainly looks like the last couple of games he's playing with more confidence. And again, basketball is such a confidence game, and now that Max Rice looks like he's in a good place, I think that's huge for this team moving forward. My kids even got some chips on the way out, so that's good to see. Happy that they got some chips. That's always fun for them and made it for an easy and fun ride home, I'm sure. But we mentioned Max Rice. Let's hear from Leon Rice, the head coach of the Broncos. He spoke again, was in a great mood after the 94-56 win. Here's Leon Rice in the post-game press conference on the Lithia, Florida Boise post-game show from the Cutwater Studios.
Well, that's such a credit to Kobe. It's so impressive. I mean, this kid shows up with an amazing attitude every day. We got a lot of good players, and it's hard to get. I can't get everybody out there, and they're all fighting for it, and but to have a guy that just plugs away and plugs away and plugs away, and the thing that I saw yesterday in practice, I'm like, Kobe gets it. He gets it against these guys as far as how to guard them, how to play, because he played 18 minutes in a big game, a close game with them that we had, and he's had some experience at it. And it's a unique deal. When you look at our history of playing Air Force, there was a game Chandler, I think he had 7 turnovers in a half against him. Great players have had a struggle until they get experience against them. And, Kobe had some experience, but then he had this great practice, great attitude, all this stuff. I said, he's in my mind. I got to find a way, because I know he can help us. And like I said, that's a winner, and that takes toughness to be such a great teammate, to always show up, to always be ready and get his opportunity and take advantage of it and help the team so much. And that flipped the game. And that's why, that group, they didn't score on us in the last 7 minutes. And, we ended up going, what were we up at half? I think 14 or something. And it was, so I did not want to be the cooler. I said that same group's going back out there until, and then they extended it even more. And then the great thing about that is then the other guys came back in and it lifted them up. And, I thought that second half was as good as we've played in a lot of areas, obviously on offense, because, man, did we play right. Holy cow. I think I saw a stat, 1.66 points per possession, the highest any team in the last 6 years has done in a conference game. That's remarkable. And it looked right, but I didn't know it was that good. And that's saying something, but it was how they played, and they all made the right plays and simple plays and unselfish plays. And we got a special team, and that showed up, and that's what people are starting to see.
Leon, you've done that multiple times, where you'll stay with the hot hand lineup in the second half. Most coaches won't do that. Do you think it gives maybe an additional dose of motivation for guys? Like, if I know I'm playing well, I might even have a chance to start the second half.
No doubt, because when I was a young coach, momentum is real, and when players have it, you got to keep them going. Nothing's worse than when the guy's playing really good and you cool him off and thinking that he's going to just start where he left off. Yeah, there might be fatigue times where you have to do it, but man, when a guy's in a flow, you got to let him go. It's my philosophy, and I think we should make T-shirts like that. When you're in the flow, let him go. That would be a good T-shirt with your head on it. There you go.
Okay. Leon, Tyson has 29 tonight, a career high. It just seemed like everything was working for him tonight. Does he surprise you anymore with what he can do on the court?
No, I don't know if surprise is the right word, because I know how good he is. And, he sometimes when guys have a bad game or have a struggle, I'll get with them and have a meeting, and try to talk. But Tyson, and sometimes that's bad because you don't want to take it for granted that he can get right. But I just watched the way he was at practice yesterday, and he was doing exactly what we always tell our guys. When you're struggling, just pour into others and your thing will explode. And it did. He was just managing the team the way they were guarding and the way, and it was I was so impressed with how the staff had him ready with because you had a short amount of time. I said to somebody, it's like throwing me in an algebra class that's been going on for a month, and I haven't been there for a month, and not that ever happened at WSU, but because I wasn't in algebra, but I'd just be lost, and when you play them, it's like that. It's like, oh, cool. And we had such a short turnaround, because you travel, your body's retired, the emotional game, and I think everyone thought we'd have a big letdown, and it was set up for that. But these guys are so tough and so mature the way they approached these last 2 days, and the prep was magnificent, and the coaches did maybe their best job, I thought. Because you don't want to over-prepare, but you can't under-prepare, and it's a fine line. But a credit to our guys, because they got out there, adjusted, and then solved the problems. But, because if you overthink it and say, okay, when they do this, we're going to do this. When they do this, you got to be able to solve it intuitively on the court, and that's what our guys did to shut off their water a little bit.
Tyson had 10 points during that late run you guys had in the first half. There's been a couple other times this season where he's been quiet in the first half, had a really big second half when you guys needed him. Seems like he has a knack for scoring points when you guys need him the most. Where does that come from?
he's just clutch, and he's just a winner. I got a lot of winners, but the cool thing about our team is they recognize who's hot, and they find them, and they keep, nobody, sometimes I've seen other teams where a guy gets hot, and then it's like, well, now it's my turn. Well, the guy hasn't missed. Get him another one, but Tyson's so unselfish. He's just gonna, he doesn't like heat check or we just kept playing right, and making the easy plays and the right plays and the staying on 2 feet, looking at the play, and that's what you got to do against them. But I was really proud of our guys, the way we handled this tonight.
Would you say that the last 5 minutes of the first half looked like some of the most impressive 5 minutes you played all year? Would you kind of say?
That defensively it was really good, but man, I think that whole second half we had beautiful possessions offensively, and we've grinded a lot against a lot of teams lately, and it's hard to, but we have a lot of ability offensively, and so doesn't mean, sometimes when you grind a little bit, you take great shots, and we were playing some deep possessions, but we were so efficient with it that, I thought that was really, really pretty to watch. It was neat.
When you go like 4 3-pointers in a row there in the second half that you guys made, when you're getting that hot, you kind of start thinking, oh, we're never going to miss.
Well, it's never that, because I got a lot of shooters. When they shoot open shots, I'm like, they'll never miss, and we just got each other open shot after. There were some, and they're hard to do that against because they switch everything, and it's a confusing defense sometimes. And but we just made the right plays, moved the ball, and then by the way we moved the ball, we had wide open stand and test the water and look at it and whack.
You mentioned a lot that this team had a lot of. You liked that you were so excited because there was still so much room to grow.
Right.
When you look at these last 2 games and what
Yeah.
you've done. Do you feel like you guys are on the track here, that you're becoming the team you always thought this team could be?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's actually what I said in the locker room, is that, momentum is real and you're trending that way. You just keep going. And that's what I love about them. And that, it's really cool. You start 2 different guys in the second half. Well, those other guys were great. Go get them, guys, and then they were ready. We just have such an unselfish group that cares about the right thing and the most important thing, and they get rewarded for it. Roddy sits down, Jace goes and does it, and then Roddy comes back in and plays some of the best minutes he's played as far as, decision making and just snapping it off confidently, and got himself going.
To be halfway through the conference season now, tied for first place, and how tough this league is, and do what you've done on the road, and just overall, how do you feel overall at the midway point about where you guys are at? It's exciting, and what's really cool too is the milestones that, largest crowd we've ever had against Air Force. That's a milestone, and that's a huge one for us, because they got to see a good basketball team play tonight, and we didn't just come and run in the mud, and I'm on the way to the game, and there's still friends of mine that are still calling me and trying to talk about New Mexico. I'm like, no, that's gone. You'd like more time to enjoy that one, but these guys did such a great job of on to the next thing, and on to the, that takes a lot. That's hard to do. It's really hard to do, win or lose, but love where we are. Would I like to be undefeated? Absolutely, but with the talent and the coaches and the teams and the places you go, I love where we are, but hey, we got to flip the switch quickly again, and we'll take the rest of this day. Love the 2:00 game, and we'll enjoy it, and then we'll be back at it tomorrow.
Cam Martin fished out
Yeah.
assists in under 17 minutes, almost up there with Air Force's team assists. How impressive has it been for him to go from that score first goal at his previous stops and find a different way to make an impact?
Oh, huge. He was great in the second half, I would have liked to gotten him some more minutes, but there were so many guys I wanted to get. There's a lot of guys on this team that deserve to play. All those guys I didn't get to play them all. Because you don't want to play a guy 1 minute, and it's just. But they're all great guys. They let them run, let's go. So it was. Cam was terrific. That second half, he got every board. Had some great outlets that got us running. And his feel is as good as 7 assists. That's That's big time.
I think earlier this week you said sometimes you get what you want, sometimes you get what you need. It feels like today was the best of both worlds, though, because whether it be Cam dishing out 7 assists, Roddy hitting 3 threes, obviously Kobe's impact, just like how much does a game like this help you as you hit what is February's the grind? Like,
right.
You start to feel it. Like how much is this? How much is this for a lot of people?
It's a lot easier to be juiced up when, those guys, like you said, all the guys know how much they're valued, know how much they're contributing, instead of like, well, it's just 5 guys doing it. I mean, that's a coach's dream to have what happened tonight happen that way. And, so, you can make case for being tired, all that stuff. We don't. We're juiced up, ready to go, and excited to play.
I think it was after the UNLV game where you guys, I think all 5 of your starters have played over 30 minutes. And we're questioning you about the bench, and you basically said these guys have to earn it.
Right.
It almost sounded like a challenge at that time.
No doubt.
Just how did they respond to that challenge since
then? That's our thing. I'm not going to, we live in truth. And, and the other thing I tell them too is I'm never going to be perfect in my substitutions and anything I do. But they're not ever going to be perfect in anything they do. And but make it so, like what Kobe did. Make it so like everyone in the building thinks I'm an idiot if I take you out. That's their goal. And I think that's what Kobe did. Is like I'm sure everyone was sitting there like, oh, I hope he plays Kobe some more. And that's what he earned. So it was really cool. But yeah, absolutely, we're going to live in truth and say those things, and then they're going to respond like they do, like winners do, and they did. And we aren't where we are without the way they're growing, and it's promising for down the road too.
Leon, was there any, all the years in Spokane too, this isn't the first time you've been in first place at the halfway point. And I'm sure, I don't know if you manage things like a horse race at the halfway point. The jockey's going to manage the horse differently if he's in first as opposed to the middle or the last. Is that how you do it in basketball too?
I've never been a jockey, so I can't compare it. No, we got blinders on as far as we don't even know. You control what you control. We don't know what's going on. We do, but we've done a great job of blinders on. Here comes Air Force, and shut out the outside noise, shut out the talk about this and that, shut out, let's focus on Air Force, And I was walking up after my workout today, and fans were like, Coach, great win at New Mexico. I'm like, we play Air Force. Like, that's gone. Like, I get it, but you got to be able to do that. We have a time period. We cut off our celebration. We cut off our talk about that. Now, you show film and talk about what we did well, all those kind of things. But we got to get our minds right and our bodies right for this great Colorado State team in this amazing environment. That's what I was wondering with about 5 or 6 minutes ago. I was like, I'm not sure they've gotten one. I can't remember one, and that's remarkable. I think they had one once, and Omar blocked it or something. But yeah, man, if I watch the film and see that will be impressive. I'll be amazed, and to do it on that short of prep.
There he is, Leon Rice. We appreciate him for his time. And again, if you came in late or missed any of the interview, you can hear all of Leon Rice, all of Tyson Degenhart, all of Chibuzo Abo up on the Bronco Nation News YouTube channel. Hopefully you are subscribing to the YouTube channel. It's free. It's easy. It's just Bronco Nation News on YouTube. You can search for it. You can go to youtube.com/Bronco Nation News and turn on the notifications. That helps when we go live for broadcasts. And so go ahead and hit the little like. I think the subscribe button's over here, but there's a like button also. Like our video, subscribe it. As the kids say, the YouTubers, smash the like button for us if you can. Help us move up in some of the algorithms and things like that. JD, appreciate that. It says BJ's coverage is tops. Happy to be a paid subscriber. Thank you so much. I appreciate that from you, JD. And if other folks are interested in becoming a subscriber, we are giving away a trip for 2 on a private jet to San Diego for the final game of the season. And man, could there be a lot on the line in the final game of the season. If you've never been to a game down there, it is something special. And we are going to give away a trip for 2 to one of our yearly subscribers here in about the next 10 days or so. We'll do it during the bye week coming up here in the next week. So $50 all takes, 1 year subscription, BNN 50 deal. You get a $50 subscription for a full year, and then it will renew at $70 for all the years after that. But $50, we'd love to have you. And you get all the columns and stories and articles and a daily email and all kinds of content to keep you up to date with not just football and basketball, but all Boise State athletics. And again, Ridley's Family Markets, Boucher Real Estate, the Blue and Orange Store, and Cutwater Spirits sponsoring this trip. So we appreciate all of them. But hope you will sign up, and you're running out of time. So we're going to have another giveaway on Tuesday morning on game day for the Colorado State game. We're going to give away a golf bag, a Michelob Ultra golf bag is our giveaway on Tuesday. We have some other gift cards to the James, to Taco Bell, and some other ones that we can do as well. So we will need you to be a yearly subscriber. So you got a little bit of time to jump on now, and we would love to have you jump in as a yearly subscriber and then be eligible automatically. Don't have to do anything. You're eligible automatically to win those great prizes. And again, BNN 50 deal is the promo code. Bill's asking about the subscriptions renewing. Yes, as long as your credit card info is up to date, it should automatically renew, Bill, and the same date that you got it last year. So if you want me to look into it, I can. Just send me an email, rains@bronconationnews.com, and I'd be happy to check on your date and let you know when your subscription is set to renew. Let's see. The last question to Leon was about Air Force. Did they have a back cut the entire game? What Air Force usually does on offense is they kind of lull you to sleep and then they backdoor you for a layup. And I don't know if they scored on one the entire game. They might have had one that Coach mentioned, Omar Stanley blocking, but they really did not do much at all in terms of beating Boise State with kind of their Princeton style of offense that usually does get you. So Trevor has to win the golf bag. Well, we'll see. We will see about that. So that is coming up on Tuesday. Nice Michelob Ultra golf bag on Tuesday at the on probably the morning show with Jay Tuss. So make sure you subscribe so you are eligible for that. My final thoughts from this one, as we're 56 minutes in right now. From start to finish, probably Boise State's best game of the year. Super impressive game for Boise State. I thought they came out and Air Force hit some shots early. Crowd got a little restless, but I thought that they just kind of locked in, stayed with it, and, finished the half on that 16-0 run. Credit to Kobe Young for coming in and helping fuel that, and I was so happy to see him get that dunk. We'll play that one more time here.
1 minute.
And he deserved that there because he played so well, but really hadn't shown up in the stat sheet. But for Kobe Young to get that big dunk there, I thought was huge. And he played super well. And again, this was just from start to finish, whether it's Tyson's 29, Max staying hot from three and having hitting 4 threes, Chibuzo Abo having 14, Roddy Anderson hit 3 threes tonight. I thought that was impressive. Just go down the line. Boise State 60% from the field. They shot 70% in the second half. They were 16 of 23. I'm not sure I can remember a half where Boise State goes 16 of 23. In the second half, folks, Boise State was 10 of 14 from downtown. That's just incredible stuff right there. And they finished 30 of 50 for the game, 60%. They were 55.6% from three, 15 of 27 from downtown, as I said. And they made their free throws too. How about that? 19 of 22 from the free throw line, and that's 86%. So they were even hitting the free throws as well. So Boise State had 15 points off the bench as they continue to play well, 30 points in the paint, and Boise State had 20 points off of the 13 Air Force turnovers. Again, the Broncos' largest lead was 40 points with about 46 seconds to go. And the lead did change 8 times. There were 6 ties, and Air Force actually led for 4 minutes and 59 seconds, and Boise State held the lead for 30 minutes and 14 seconds. So the Broncos now 7-2 in conference play, tied for first place with Utah State, and they will go to Logan in a huge game coming up next Saturday. They will first head to Colorado State on Tuesday. And again, 94-56, the final. Just a heads up on the Colorado State game. This is a BNN sponsor trip. We're taking some of our sponsors, thanks to our kind friend, sponsor, supporter that has the private jet. So the pregame show is hopeful. And I would say postgame show, we're also hoping to get a short postgame show with some interviews. The 7 o'clock game helps in terms of the time, but I am flying down with my sponsors right before the game and right after, so cannot 100% guarantee that we'll have full pre- and postgame shows on Tuesday. But we will on Saturday from Utah State for sure, and we'll still have full coverage from Colorado State there in Fort Collins on Tuesday. But just can't 100% promise full pre- and post-game shows because we are heading down and trying to take care of some of our sponsors and things for this game as well. But if you're a Boise State fan, you got to be just feeling ecstatic right now. Have another Cutwater. Enjoy this tonight. Celebrate. Root for Colorado State to get a big win over Fresno because Colorado State is number 32 in the net. If you can get Colorado State into the top 30, that gets another quad one win for Boise State. So they could do that probably with like a 15-point win over Fresno tonight, which would be nice to see. So again, 94-56, Broncos clicking on all cylinders, feeling good. Probably the best they've felt about how they're playing all season long. And they're going back on the road for a big week. We'll have full coverage at BroncoNationNews.com. Mike Prater will join me Monday at 9 a.m. Monday at 9 a.m. we'll have Mike Prater, Bronco Nation News Live here on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We'll have Jay Tust on Tuesday morning on a game day morning, and then we'll be live at some point from Fort Collins with coverage of Boise State at Colorado State. Then you got John Mallory on Wednesday. We got shows all week. So signing days on Wednesday for football, by the way. Boise State not expected to sign anybody, but I believe Spencer Danielson is still going to talk to the media at 11 a.m. on Wednesday, and we'll hope to stream that live, assuming I can get back in time from Colorado State. So a little football coverage coming up this week as Spencer Danielson will meet with the media on Wednesday to talk about Malachi Nelson and Chris Marshall and Stacey Collins and some of the other news that's happened with the football team in recent weeks. So appreciate you guys. Please subscribe if you can. BNN 50 deal is that promo code, just a full year coverage. And hopefully that's worth it by itself. But if not, we are going to have some of the giveaways and stuff. Our next giveaway will be Tuesday morning. We're giving away a nice Michelob Ultra golf bag courtesy of Stein Distributing and Cutwater Spirits. We've got some other giveaways, good gift cards and things as well. If you already won something and you don't have your gift card, I really, really apologize. It's my fault. I have not gotten the envelopes and things to our intern Jaden yet, but I hope to do that on Monday, and we'll get all of the gift cards and things sent out here this week, I promise, coming up in the next few days. So appreciate you guys. Hope you enjoyed the game. Hope you enjoyed the post-game show. Tell your friends, subscribe, hit that like button at the bottom of the screen. My story will be up in about an hour or so, hopefully on BroncoNationNews.com. Subscribers can read my thoughts and my post-game recap on this game. And then Mike Prater and I will talk to you at 9 a.m. on Monday. So appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy the rest of the basketball tonight and tomorrow. We'll talk to you 9 a.m. Monday. Boise State wins it. Again, the final score, 94-56. This has been the Lithia Ford of Boise postgame show from the Cutwater Studios, presented by RowPaint.com. Have a good night, everybody.